The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside swim head coach Jordan Taylor, I'm Tanner Swift on the Eagles Sports Network as the Carson-Newman swim team wraps up the Open Water Championships in Lawrence, Kansas. And Coach, we were talking last week. It was a big difference in mentality for your team. What was the difference that you noticed from this year in comparison to last year?
For this year, the main thing was that over the last 2 years we continue to prove ourselves as this event gets bigger and bigger, and really now it's majority of Division 1 schools that are there, and there's not as many Division 2 schools as there was the first year. We're kind of like the underdogs for sure, but especially with our guys team, we've been there the last 2 years. We finished runner-up in the whole nation as a guys team both years, and we've also put someone inside the top 10 every year. So although the competition gets harder, there was 39 teams there, and I think about 30 of them were Division 1 schools. The team kind of go in there with a lot of confidence. They know they're capable of mixing it with the best in the country, and have done really well over the last couple of years. So for them last year, with a lot of talent at that meet, for them to go in and have 3 guys in the top 15 and finish the second top team behind Missouri was awesome, and so that really gave them a lot of confidence going into this year. Last year there was a lot of kind of rivalry within the team. This year it was more so kind of, hey, we're going to go and prove ourselves and do it as a group. All 5 of our athletes kind of working hard together in practice and going there into the competition ready to do their thing, and that's exactly what they've done on the weekend.
You take a look at your team as a whole. I think the large portion, if not everybody, improved on their times from last year that were there. Outside of Marcelo, obviously, with that top finish, was there somebody maybe that you were really happy to see with their time over the weekend?
I mean, it's hard to pick one person. We had 7 people there, and they all done fantastic. Their times are good. They got stuck in. With open water, every race is different, so it's hard to compare times. But obviously, you're swimming a 5K, and if your time does improve, you've done something right. I was pleased with people like Carson and Casey, and both of those guys came out and done really well. Their comments were kind of, hey, we're back in shape, we're ready to go for the season. We've done our groundwork over the last 4 weeks, and the work they've done this summer has paid off, and they're ready to kind of go with the season moving forward. So that was really positive to hear, that they're excited about their own abilities and kind of where they're at right now. For someone like Casey, who kind of had to do a lot of it on his own, came back really strong on the second part of the race and started to pick people off, and slowly moved up and put himself up there at 12th place, and the 3rd fastest Division 2 swimmer, was really good for someone like a sophomore. We've got another couple of years out of him, and hopefully we can see him continue to move up and be inside the top 10 next year.
Something you've done for a couple of years now, I think last year as well with the Knoxville Open Water. How does this race or these couple races kind of prepare you in this first half of the season, knowing that it's a little bit of a different dynamic?
I think it's a great way to start the season. Open water, doing a 5K, it's essentially like doing a half marathon if you're going to go and run. You're swimming for an hour. It gives us an opportunity and a reason to work our distance swimmers a little bit harder than we normally would do at the start of the year. They have a competition to focus on 4 months into the season, and so with that kind of focus, it makes them be more willing and able to kind of work on the yardage and work hard early, and then we go into a competition like that. It gives them the confidence racing some top D1 swimmers in the country, and like I said, knowing they're in really good shape, now we can add to that with a bit more intensity in the pool, focus on the shorter races, which now the mile is going to feel like a sprint for them, and as we kind of bring the pool swimming back into the forefront of our focus, with that base, adding some intensity, I think the guys will be flying. Not only the physical part of it, but the mental part I think is important. And it's not every day you get to race some of the top Division 1 schools in the country, and for us to go and do that, but not only be there racing, but to actually beat them and race hard against them, will set our guys up ready to race some of the hard competition we've got coming up in the next few weeks.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Thanks.
That's head coach Jordan Taylor. I'm Tanner Swift, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.